The Yankees may be on the brink of facing one of their biggest crises of the season, and what comes next will blow your mind. That's right, the Yankees pitching rotation is on the verge of a complete collapse. And if you think you've seen it, oh, you'd better brace yourself because this story is about to shock you. But before we dive into the details, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates on what's going on with this team. If you love the Yankees as much as I do, click the subscribe button now to stay updated on everything happening with this team that's about to turn upside down. Now, let's get into it. What seemed like just another promising season for the Yankees, who came into the season with high hopes, has turned into an absolute nightmare. Gerrit Cole, the face of their pitching rotation and former Cy Young winner, will be out for the entire year. That's right, he'll need Tommy John surgery and won't be able to help his team. His absence is not only a blow to the Yankees, but to the entire division. Cole had been a pillar of reliability, and now the team will have to move forward without one of the best pitchers in baseball. Without Cole, the Yankees will have to reinvent their strategy. And as if that weren't enough, Luis Gil, an important piece of the roster, will also be out indefinitely due to a serious muscle injury. Gil's absence will be significant because he was a reliable option for the bullpen. And there's more. Clark. Schmidt, who was also expected to be a long-term solution, is dealing with shoulder fatigue and might not even start the season. He made just one appearance on the mound during spring training and is now on the waiting list, which only adds more pressure on the team. This situation is even more alarming because Schmidt was one of the main players expected to help fill the void left by Cole's injury. With him out of action, the Yankees are even weaker and will have to find quick solutions. They are even considering giving more opportunities to some young talents in the league. But do these guys have the experience to handle the challenge? But wait, there's more. With Schmidt and Gil both out, who will step up to take responsibility in the rotation? The answer might lie in Carlos Carrasco and Will Warren. Both had excellent performances during spring training and were praised for their consistency on the mound. But the pressure is huge. We're talking about a rotation that has lost its main leader, and these two rookies will have to show that they have what it takes to handle the pressure of big games. And there's one detail that could change everything. The trade market is still open, and the Yankees know they need to act quickly to find solutions to this chaotic situation. They will look for reinforcements outside the organization to fill the gaps left by these injuries. A name like Johnny Cueto or even a veteran who's available could be the answer. But with the competitiveness of the market, options are limited. The Yankees need to adjust their rotation as quickly as possible to avoid watching the season collapse before it even starts. They have the financial resources, but will they be able to act fast enough to change things and find someone who can hold things down while the injured players recover? The Yankees not only need a new pitcher after losing Gerrit Cole, but they're also facing a situation much tougher than usual. Their rotation needs a true ace to remain competitive. This makes the situation even more complicated. If Cole hadn't suffered such a serious injury that will keep him out for the entire season and likely most of 2026, the Yankees may have considered trading for a mid-level pitcher. But with this devastating loss, everything has changed. The search for an ace has become the #1 priority, and that brings a huge challenge, as finding a player of that caliber on the market is extremely difficult. The big issue here is that for the Yankees, acquiring an ace is not just about trading for a good pitcher. They need someone who can not only replace Cole, but also be a leader in the rotation for many years. Acquiring an ace through trade is a complex process for several reasons. First, few teams are willing to part with their best pitchers, especially those capable of being the face of their rotation. Additionally, any team willing to trade an ace will demand a lot in return, and the Yankees farm system is ranked below other teams. which may not have enough high-level prospects to convince another team to make such a trade. Now, if a well-known pitcher is traded this year, the name that stands out the most is Dylan Cease. He's in the final year of his arbitration contract and still has a relatively low salary for the caliber of pitcher he is. Cease would be the ideal reinforcement for the Yankees. Known for his powerful fastball and ability to dominate hitters, he would be exactly the type of player the Yankees need right now. With his ability to be an immediate ace, he could fill the void left by Cole and give the Yankees an elite rotation that could stay competitive. However, the Yankees have a big issue to consider. Do they really plan to commit to Cease long term after 2025? That's the big point of uncertainty. They failed to keep Juan Soto in the past, which led to a lot of criticism. And if they do the same with Cease, they could risk losing another big player after a trade season. Alexander Wilson from Empire. Sports media proposed an interesting idea about how the Yankees could pursue Cease. He explains that Cease is in the final year of his arbitration contract and is scheduled to earn $13.75 million in 2025. And this makes him a very valuable asset for the Padres, who know that Cease can have an immediate impact on any team that acquires him. Wilson suggests that Cease would be an excellent addition to the Yankees rotation, filling the gap left by Cole and forming an even stronger rotation, especially with Max Fried performing well. However, there's a big obstacle in the Yankees' way. The Padres are really reluctant to part with Cease right now. While they've shown interest in trading him, they'd only do so if they received an irresistible offer. Recently, rumors have surfaced that the Padres are reconsidering the possibility of keeping Cease on the team to start the season, believing that his value could rise if he continues his strong form. Additionally, with elite pitchers becoming increasingly scarce in the market, keeping Cease for a little longer could be a more advantageous strategy for the Padres. The trade market is constantly changing, and the Yankees may have to deal with other options as the trade deadline approaches. Although Cease is the top name in question, the Yankees will also need to assess other alternatives, such as trading for a veteran from another team, or even trying to leverage some of the talent already within the organization. Even if that means relying more on rookies or prospects to keep the rotation strong, the big question is, will the Yankees find a quick enough solution to replace Cole, or will they face even greater difficulties if they don't act fast enough? And there's another important factor to consider. The Yankees still have to think about the team's internal chemistry and how any new additions to the rotation could impact the team's balance. This could be an additional challenge, as the team is already dealing with the loss of Cole, and adding another player could affect the team dynamics in unexpected ways. If you're enjoying the content and want to know everything that's happening with the Yankees, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. I know you won't want to miss the next moves of this team that's at a turning point. Only those who subscribe will know what's going to happen with the team's rotation in the coming days. This is a pivotal moment and you can't afford to miss out. If you're curious about how these trades could impact the future of the Yankees, don't miss the next video where we'll discuss potential reinforcements for the rotation and how this could affect the team's chances of success throughout the season. Don't miss it, because the future of the Yankees is at stake.